Unemployment by Samie and James Lanchbury. The dictionary defines unemployment as the state of being unemployed, especially involuntarily, whilst it describes unemployed as without a job or out of work. People are classified as being unemployed if they do not have a job, have actively looked for work in the previous 4 weeks, and are currently available for work. You are said to be actively looking for work if you're undertaking any of the following activities: contacting an employer directly or having a job interview, a public or private employment agency, friends or relatives, a school or university employment centre. This is as well as various other forms of job searching such as sending out CVs or application forms, placing or answering advertisements, checking union or professional registers, internet searches or social media posts. Unemployment is divided into 2 categories: disequilibrium and equilibrium. Disequilibrium unemployment is defined as unemployment resulting from the average real wage rate being above the equilibrium level. This is split into 2 types: real wage unemployment and demand deficient unemployment. Demand deficient unemployment occurs during economic recessions as consumer demand falls. This is similar to the recession the UK is currently suffering in. The aggregate demand curve will shift to the left, with real wages being sticky downwards, therefore the aggregate demand for labour is now less than the aggregate supply. The deeper and longer a recession is, the higher demand deficient unemployment becomes. Equilibrium or natural unemployment is the difference between those who would like employment at the current wage rate and those willing to and able to take a job. Equilibrium unemployment is split up into 5 sections: frictional, structural, technological, seasonal and regional. The UK unemployment rate has rapidly increased since 2007, resulting in the worst unemployment rate since 1994. Unemployment reached 2.67 million in December 2011, increasing by 48,000 during this final quarter. This increase has led to the unemployment rate reaching a staggering 16-year high of 8.4% of the UK population. Unemployment of women has reached a 25-year high of 1.12 million. According to Graham Cook, the Associate Director of the Institute for Public Policy Research, this is because there are more women in the labour market, compared to previous recessions such as the early 80s. This relates directly to the aggregate supply of labour curve. This curve shows the workers willing to accept jobs at various wage rates. The curve tends to be inelastic as the workforce will not change significantly at one time. However, it is not fully inelastic because a higher basic wage will encourage people to enter the labour market and the unemployed people will be more willing to accept jobs instead of looking for higher paid ones. This increase in women will force the curve to shift to the right. There is a significantly higher percentage of people under the age of 24 unemployed, with 38.2% of 16 to 17-year-olds and 20.1% of 18 to 24-year-olds out of work. Reports suggest that 1 in 5 young people are not in employment, higher education or training, with 250,000 being unemployed for more than a year. Claims have also been made that this will cost the public at least £4.8 billion in 2012. The latest data shows that 25% of university graduates in 2011 were unemployed. This is compared to 26% of school leavers and just 20% of 18-year-olds with A-levels. This high youth and graduate unemployment could be due to lack of experience for youthful candidates, overqualified graduates, along with retired workers and new mothers undertaking part-time employment. You can see that unemployment has increased drastically over the past 7 years as the map becomes darker with increasing unemployment rates. From the legend on the left, we recognise that numbers 4 and 5 of the worst affected areas regularly change throughout the years. The worst 3 affected areas are consistent, as Birmingham experiences the highest levels of unemployment in the country, especially Ladywood, Hodge Hill and Sparkbrook. It's not all doom and gloom. There are many proposed plans from the government to combat increasing unemployment rates. The government have proposed a £1 billion package to help tackle youth unemployment, which will create nearly 500,000 new opportunities for the younger generation, including apprenticeships and work placements. The government are offering employers subsidies of up to £2,275 for taking on 18 to 24-year-old workers from work programmes. This would more than cover an employer's national insurance contribution for the year. The government are also offering extra incentives of £1,500 to employers willing to offer apprenticeships. Large private firms are backing government plans to reduce unemployment by recruiting bright school leavers put off by the increased costs of going to university. We believe that a key cause of unemployment is imperfect data. This is when both the unemployed and employers do not have sufficient access to relevant information on job vacancies and currently unemployed people. If there was one database where all jobs were listed and all applicants could advertise themselves, then the recruitment process would become much more effective and efficient. Thank you for listening.